What an amazing live. You know, so many awesome tips right there. I knew about number four. I've known about it for years. And I wish I would have remembered it last year. I would have saved myself about 350 bucks. And then number seven is an absolute game changer. It makes me totally wish I was going this year because that alone would freaking almost pay for my airfare probably. But I'd like to thank all my special guests for being on here. Like I had no clue we were going for 4 hours. It was like a blink of an eye, and it was over. But I appreciate everyone in the comment section. Absolutely, absolutely amazing. I don't ever go live, and so for this to be my first live and us to have over 1,000 people in the comment section was freaking phenomenal. But I want to turn this around. I know we've been here for 4 hours and 15 minutes, and I'm sorry. But while you're here, I'm going to turn the camera around and show y'all some of the pickups from this week, just so I don't have to make another video. Here we go. We'll kick it off with these two cards that I got at Strongsville. And these were the kind of cards Caitlin was talking about with Hack 8. So you can definitely find these all day long there. And they're so unique. But anyways, enough about that. This is the two cards I got at Strongsville. Remember I talked about in my Strongsville video that the dealer was like, why'd you get Jose Cruz? So he came in this week, signing 2 of 2. I think I sent him $10, I believe. Jerry Kuzman, I got back 2 this week. Not these 2 cards, but 2 envelopes with 2 cards each of Jerry Kuzman. I just didn't want to show off all 4 Kuzes at one time. So I already put the other 2 away. But these are super cool. I'm going to work on the player run, I believe, of Kuzman. Next, I think I talked about Lee Smith. I sent him a $30 donation, and he sent it back and said he was $40. I believe that's what it was. I don't remember if it was $40 or $30 that I had to pay him. But whatever I sent him, I was $10 short. And I ended up just paying him the money, sending it back just so I could have this duel signed. And this is absolutely gorgeous, man. I'm so happy he ended up signing it in blue to match what Eckersley did. So if you want a fun little TTM project, here you go. Got in Paul Molitor. He hadn't been signing, or at least I haven't seen a ton of returns from him lately. But I did get back 2 of 2 from him in 1 envelope. I love that he did the Hall of Fame inscription on the 1. Super cool. And then, as I always say, I know y'all aren't into these AEW PMGs, but I will show them off here real fast. Been getting in some bigger names. Bigger names means a little bit more price involved. And this one here is probably more than I've paid for 50% of the set so far that I have. This guy was not cheap. MJF. Some more TTMs. Dick LeBeau rookie. Beautiful Jackie Smith rookie. This was a card I picked up at Strongsville. Had a conversation with Canadian Mike there about him picking up a Jackie Smith rookie. So that turned out great. And I think just about the rest of these are all Strongsville pickups. You know, it seems like Strongsville was just a week ago, 2 weeks ago to me, and I think we're about a month away now. But man, all these TTMs are flooding in, and it is so awesome. Those look gorgeous. Got in some Jim Palmies with some Hall of Fame inscriptions. That player run's moving along quite nice. Some beautiful Steve Carltons. What's weird, this 1970 here, I know for a fact I only paid for 1 inscription. So I don't know if maybe he wrote the wrong inscription and then the handler was like, oh, he wanted the Hall of Fame inscription. But that was kind of different. I was shocked, honestly, to see 2 inscriptions on that one. So very different. Then I got in a ton of Fergie Jenkins. I put most of them away. But I left these 2 out to show off in the video. The 1970 there on the left, when I first look at it, and maybe when you first look at it, you don't even see the Hall of Fame inscription because he wrote it right across the Chicago on the jersey. Just blends in so well. But boy, this Bad Johnson here, man, that is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Got Jim Rice in 101. And then a couple Mazeroskis. And all these guys, folks, sign TTM. You can get all these dudes right now. You know, you may not be able to say that in a year from now or 2 years from now that you can get all these guys, but you can right now. Louis Tiant, these were a purchase. And then some beautiful Juan Marichal cards. Both of these also were Strongsville pickups. This is the rookie that I busted out of the, I believe it was an SGC 4. I believe it was. I could be wrong. But moving right along on his player error run as well. And then last, well, no, not last, but I got one more after this. Carlton Fisk signing 1 of 1 2 different times. So this came back in 2 separate envelopes with a pretty large inscription for TTM. You know, I think he's $50 and then another $20 for the inscription. You know, but if Fisk was at a signing, there's no way you would even be able to get a signature for $70. So, smoking deal. Get him while you can. And then last, probably shouldn't have saved this one for last. It's nothing super special. But Bert Blyleven just moving right along with his player error run with a 75. So that is that. I apologize for keeping y'all here so long after that live. Looks like we're almost at, what, like 4 hours and 26 minutes or so. For those of you that hung in all that time, I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Probably should have cut that interview into 2 segments, but oh well. Like I said, the comment section was absolutely popping, so it didn't feel like it was the right thing to do, was to stop it. So until next time, adios, be safe, bye-bye. Oh, hang on. Let me know down below, what was your favorite tip or your favorite hack? For me, I would probably have to go with 7. So let me know what yours is. Till next time, adios, be safe, bye-bye. Doodles.